So this is at least the 15th plus attempt that I've had at trying to make this video. I've spent the better part of 45 minutes to an hour trying different ways to get through this episode, expressing what I want to express in this episode, in this video. I always say episode's habitual at this point. I'm terrible at patting myself on the back for anything, especially when I feel as though there's more work to be done. But we have hit 10,000 subscribers, and it's worth taking a step back, and for once, even though it's the most uncomfortable goddamn thing in the world for me to do, a little bit of a pat on the back here. 3 years ago, I started this channel for a few reasons. One, just for the hell of it. I've been a part of this community for a long time, as it is not always on YouTube, of course, but whether back in the EA forums, the Operation Sports forums, watching other YouTubers, I have been a part of this community for a long time. So I figured, screw it, let's go for it, let's see what happens, let's have a little bit of fun. The other reason was I thought, hey, maybe if I could make enough money, I could get next year's copy off of YouTube money, which would make it worth it in that way. I make videos, made videos at that point, still make videos at this point for myself, for the sake of having an outlet, it giving me something to do, something to put my downtime towards to help keep myself sane in a way. And boy, has this been efficient for me over the years, whether it be a death in the family, whether it be me being in the worst mental state of my life back in January of 2017. I made videos at that point. And it was not an easy thing to get through. I'm not ashamed to talk about it, however, because again, that's part of what this is for me, is having the ability to put my focus into something even when mentally I'm a wreck. And I'm thankful to have had this. I make videos as a way to entertain, of course, for that reason. I've had those YouTubers. I've been watching people on YouTube for over a decade at this point. I've had YouTubers where it's like, man, I'm having a shit day, I'm going to go watch that guy. And I thought, hey, at the very least, maybe I could do that for somebody else. Whether or not it's just someone having a bad day, whether or not it's someone, I mean, if I could be a torchbearer in a way for being like, hey, you know what? You struggle with anxiety, you struggle with depression, guess what? There's a way to fucking make it, as opposed to just feeling like, hey, there's nothing I can do. There's a way to deal with it, there's a way to cope with it, and this channel's proof of that. And again, I'm not against talking about anything and everything related to that. I'll touch back upon that in a second, actually, or it might be a little bit longer, because you know me, I love to rant and to ramble. There were reasons why I started this channel, as I just mentioned. They're the same reasons why I'm continuing it. You know, as far as it being something to do, it's still fun to do. I would have been doing this anyway. I've been doing this anyway to begin with. Whether that be playing franchise mode and editing rosters, it's something that I've done since I was a kid, so why not? In terms of the money-making thing, still not a ton, but, you know, hey, it doesn't hurt. And in terms of it being an outlet, it still is. In terms of it being a way for me to put some effort into something, it's worked. Whether it be, you know, again, a creative outlet, using it as a way to kind of hone my craft in a broadcasting sense, where, you know what's funny, Bojo, again, I mentioned Bojo in some videos lately, Bojo KO on YouTube, by the way, mentioned on Twitter, he's like, man, I just recorded a video for an hour and I'm gassed, how the hell do you do it? It's because of this. This is how I'm able to do it. I've been working on this, the broadcasting sense, for the past 3 years, non-stop, over 1,200 videos, just going for it, over 1,000 hours streaming in the past year. I've been able to improve at what I do here. I'm confident enough in what I do in a production standpoint, a broadcasting standpoint, that you could say, call the Super Bowl in February. Let's do it. I'll be there. I'm confident enough that I could at least be better. Or maybe the World Series, because let's be honest, it's not that hard to be better than Joe Buck, am I right? Yeah, baseball. The point is, I've hit my goals, right? The 1 year was 1K, we hit it. The 2 years, 5K, we hit it. 3 years now, 10K, we've hit it. We've been partnered on Twitch. we've been checking every box as we've gone along, which is why I don't want to be like, yeah, let's go, pat on the back time here, 10K, because I don't feel like we're done, and at the very least, I hope we're not done. I hope we continue onward and upward here, and whatever opportunities may spring up, maybe it is just, hey, more franchise mode, and then eventually things start that slow decline, and I disappear. Who knows? I don't know what's going to come of this. Maybe some good things happen. Maybe through the fact that we're an EA game changer, maybe some good things happen. Maybe somehow, you know, we get in to some sort of spot here. Like I said, I don't know what's going to happen next, because as it is, I didn't think I'd be doing this 3 years later. The goal was simple, as I mentioned. Entertain, better myself mentally, in terms of a skills standpoint, and we've done that. And I needed some way, really, and just speaking to the broadcasting sense, because out of high school, it's like, okay, all I'm seeing on the news every night, because I had a class senior year of high school where it was watch the CBS Evening News. Some people are going to be like, you should have been watching the ABC News. It's what the teacher assigned. And then we'd talk about it the next day in class. And every night it would be, here's another story about someone with a master's degree that's working the cash register at McDonald's. And now here's the thing, there's nothing wrong with working the cash register at McDonald's, but the thought of how much debt does that person have, and knowing that I don't come from a family of wealth, I come from a lower middle class family, thinking to myself, I am screwed. There's no way I can take on that much debt and dig myself out of it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to find a way to make this happen. I'm going to find a way to be able to sit in front of a camera and a microphone and make this work. 10K subscribers, 10,000 subscribers might not be the biggest number. It doesn't put you even into the top 500,000 most subscribed channels on the platform. And while it's difficult, again, for me to do the old pat on the back, it is worth doing. Because what I've built here, what you have helped me build here, has been worth the 3-year investment. Some people put in 3 years, they get millions of subscribers. Some people put 3 years in, they don't get 5,000 subscribers. So I'm not complaining about where we are. What I am thinking, though, is that I'm excited for what the future might bring. And that's all I can say. And I keep thinking back to those, to those main points of why I started this, and I've stuck true to that in a way. Have it be a positive output for me, whether it be, again, just something to keep my mind on, entertain people, get better at this. And, we've succeeded in those ways. And it's funny because if you look back here, I'm not sure how many people do this, but, you go back to those oldest videos and everything. I'm not going to do the cringy YouTube thing of watching my old videos and cringing. Although I could. But you look back at these first few videos here, 3 years ago. And of course, we started off with a rant. We started off with the Bruins series. We started off ranting about Brendan Rodgers being fired from Liverpool. Rodgers got sacked. Thank God. Jurgen Klopp's been amazing. John Tortorella just signed with Columbus. Like, that's how long we've been at this. And I don't regret a second of the time invested. And like I said, it's so difficult. I've made videos following deaths in the family. I've made videos following, again, or just being in the midst of this terrible mental state. And this video might be the most difficult one I've ever made, just because I don't like doing this. I'm not the type of, I don't like to congratulate myself in any way. But as I think back to everything, and again, it's like there's so many points that I want to make, and that's why I hate videos like this, because I always think of something else to say afterwards. The only thing that really will suffice is to say thank you, because we might not be the biggest community, but the audience that I've built up here, I wouldn't trade. And that was that thought, right? Now look, I'm not going to say you add a couple of zeros to this number right here, then I'm not going to be happy. Obviously, money is nice, but I had it instilled in me before I started on YouTube. I've been watching a YouTuber by the name of Happy Console Gamer for a long time, a guy named Johnny out in Vancouver. And I remember him talking about how when his channel was smaller, it was a bit more nice in a way because it was easier to keep track of the names, of the usernames that you would see, the same viewers, day in, day out. And that's the way it is here. That's the way it is on Twitch. Twitch every night, the same people. How's it going? Just that dedicated fan base that I seriously do not understand. I always feel like I don't deserve any level of support because, again, I still feel like I'm trying to get better at this. I feel like there are people who are better than me. I want to be at that level. Am I going to get there? Who the hell knows? But, you know, seeing names on a daily basis, I read all the comments. I don't always respond, but trust me, I see them. Seeing the names, seeing names that I've been seeing for the past 2 years, the past 3 years even. I'm not going to name anybody because I don't want anyone to feel left out. I wouldn't trade this. I wouldn't trade this. And if that channel decline starts tomorrow, and this is about as good as it gets, it would have been worth the time investment. It would have been worth what we've done. And I'm content with it for that reason. So again, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for helping me. As I promise, I'm not tearing up. It's just these glasses are dirty as hell. I promise. You know, just, I'm not tearing up. But thank you for, that did not clean them at all. Oh my God. Thank you for providing me an outlet over the past 3 years. Thank you for letting me have the chance to hit these goals of just having a creative outlet, being able to get better at what I'm doing here, being able to entertain, and whether or not it's just entertainment for you, whether or not it's entertainment to take your mind off of stuff, background noise while you play games, do homework, whatever. I thank you for letting me play that part because I get it. Like I said, I've had YouTubers I've been watching for so long, and the thought of I could potentially be someone's Happy Console Gamer show, for example, is sick, and I wouldn't trade that. So with that, oh, look who's awake. Look who's awake. With that, oh, baby. What are you doing? Sleeping is what you're doing. It's a tired pup right there. That's a tired pup right there. I had to do that so I could see what the hell was going on. With that, I think we're going to bring this little video to a close. That said, the 10K subscriber special is still on because this is only part 1. This is me being able to say thank you. Because, again, wouldn't be here without you. So it's not just a pat on the back for myself. It's a thank you to you guys because, again, I'm happy about where we are. I'm excited about where we might be going. It's not the biggest accomplishment in the world. It's not the biggest milestone. But to have been a part of this community and now to have really been a part of this community, to have been so involved, the people that I've met through YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and everything that are a part of this community. And again, I don't want to name people, but I think you'd be able to know if I consider you a friend or at the very least a colleague. And I can say too, even to those that I might not see eye to eye with, right? Because look, I get it. I'm an opinionated person, and we might not see eye to eye, and to me, that's okay. But to be a part of this community, I'm thrilled with it, man. Again, it's not the biggest community in the world. NHL, it's a niche market, man. But for what this community has going on right now, heading into NHL 19, for what we're doing here, I'm excited to see where this goes. So for now, I want you to do 2 things via one medium. In the comments below, I want to know 2 things. 1, how long have you been watching for? And 2, I guess we're just going to kind of do a Q&A thing unless you have a different idea of what else we could tack on for the 10K subscriber special. This was part 1, the thank you, the rambling video. Part 2, we'll get into a Q&A. We'll do whatever else makes sense. You should dab. I know that's coming. So So don't worry, I probably have it prepared to dab, and I don't know if I'll be able to buy a confetti cannon, but those are going to be two of the most popular ones again. We already showed the dog, so it's fine. I think that pretty much covers it. Again, I always feel like I forget stuff with videos like this, but I'm feeling more confident in this version of this video than any of the other attempts. And trust me, there were numerous other attempts to record this, but I do think that pretty much covers it. So to you guys, thank you. Whether or not you've been here for 3 years, 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 days, 3 minutes, don't care. Thank you. If you're, we'll go with an acquaintance, a colleague of mine. Thank you guys as well for making this community just awesome to be a part of. Again, I wouldn't trade it. And I'm excited to see where the community goes for 19. I'm excited to see where we go, where this subdivision of the community goes heading into 19. And hopefully 10K is just the start. You know, some channels, I think I mentioned it in this one already, it might have been in one of the other takes, some channels in 3 years they get freaking 15 million subs. It's not our path, but that's fine, because I'm used to doing things, used to carving my own path and doing things my own way as it is, making the best of any opportunity that I can. And that's what this channel's about. So, damn. Thank you guys. And I'm looking forward to the second part of the 10K special. Looking forward to what else might be coming up. And again, heading into, this new NHL season. Obviously, the NHL 19 content's not going anywhere. Other games as well. The Toogies takes about anything and everything. I'm down for it. And I will say, in the comments section, if there's ever anything like, hey, what's your opinion on this? You should do a video on this, do a video on that. Half of my videos, like these videos right here about NHL 19 info, that was spur of the moment. I wasn't going to make these, and someone's like, hey, can you do this? So I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Let's do this. I love making those spur of the moment videos, something where I'm like, oh yeah, it's a really good idea. Let's do that. And, just franchise mode, roster editing, hockey, wrestling, whatever. I love the way my channel's set up right now, because it's, NHL, wrestling. It's just, God damn it. It wouldn't be a video of mine. It would not be a video of mine. Well, a little bit of ranting and a little bit of rambling. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you soon. Thank you. Goodbye.